Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your November reading. Just so you know, how it's going to work is I've pulled an overall energy card for each of the 4 weeks, and then they are then clarified by 2 other cards. So for week 1, your overall energy is the 4 of water. I will be reading from the book to get some keywords and some key phrases to help clarify, and also using any information that just feels right to me to tell you at this time. So let's check out the 4 of water. Your keywords are confidence, awareness, self-acceptance, forgiving, self-belief, deserving, receptive, and consequences. Your key phrases: you are beautiful, be aware of weakness but focus on strength, mistake, it's an opportunity to learn, let go of the idea of perfection, love yourself for who you are, happiness at another's expense, and the emotional cost of your actions. So starting off with quite an interesting card. Have you been being mean to yourself recently? Have you not been showing yourself enough self-love? Or have you had that moment of late where you've actually gone, kind of awesome, and you are now starting to show yourself the love and respect that you do deserve? That is quantified by the 7 of Ariel. You have invested wisely. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next chapter. So to me, that shouts out that you guys have been doing some really hard work. Maybe towards your self-image, towards your self-love, and you've come to this realization that you don't need any outside validation, and that yes, things aren't perfect, and yes, you make your mistakes, and yes, you kind of do this way and it's a bit strange, but do you know what? That's who I am, and I love myself for it. In that kind of, don't try and change me because this is who I am. I'll listen, but what you say to me will not ultimately offend or affect me if it's a negative thing. I read something earlier today actually as well, is when you do the whole self-love thing, don't listen to the negative, because that's just people's perspective and maybe something going on in their life and nothing to do with you anyway. But also be aware of the praise, allow it to come in, but don't take it to your head and be like, rah, look at me. Have that nice grounded balance where you take your time out to appreciate you, whether it's something like having a long hot bath, just singing really loudly around your house to your favourite guilty pleasure music, going for a walk, having a cheeky chocolate bar, whatever it is that you and your body needs, because a lot of this self-love is about taking care of your body. Whatever you have been doing, whether you started a meditation practice, you just started taking this time out for yourself, you started to look at yourself in a different way, you have invested wisely. It will take time for you to see how this is going to affect the whole of your life, and there will be days where you kind of eke back into that, I'm not perfect, how do I get to be perfect? And not maybe doing the whole self-love thing, but just remind yourself that you are exactly who you are being who you're meant to be, and that you have the choice. You can choose if you want to change something, but also listen to your body and have an awareness of your body's needs. So the 7 of Ariel is clarified by the 2 of Raphael. 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. So this could mean one of 2 things. Either you've got somebody wonderful in your life or about to come into your life who has similar kind of beliefs or dreams to you and is happy to go on that journey with you. Or, as it says in the overall energy, is you've started to see your own value and you've started to love yourself more, which is phenomenal, which means that you will push forward with any determination you need to get to where you want to go, because you have that newfound level of respect for yourself. Either way, your first week's looking really good. It's kind of showing results of some hard work that you've been putting in, and the open-mindedness that you've had about yourself and others and situations. So well done. So week 2, your overall energy is the 8 of fire, and your keywords are action, change, transformation, transmutation, rebirth, freedom, renewed purpose and joy. Your key phrases: transformation through action, change on a physical level, it is time to act, give something a new purpose, transmute negative energy, a renewed sense of purpose, don't be lazy, inaction may yield unwanted change. So kind of moving on with what we went through, sorry, the camera keeps focusing in and out. From week 1, you have kind of got to that point where you're going a little bit easier on yourself, and now you're starting to take action towards what you want, which is fantastic. I just want to move really quickly on to the clarifying cards, because they're shining a very different light to the first week. So the first one is the 8 of Raphael. There's something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you, a spiritual quest. So is there still something from this old behaviour that you're still holding on to, like a negative pattern or a negative self-belief, even though you've done so incredibly well to get to where you are, to get to moving to the point where you do show yourself some love and respect, but there's this one pattern that keeps showing up for you, and it kind of keeps trapping your thoughts, and oh yeah, but if I do this, then this is going to happen, or I need to do it this way because I've always done it that way. Is there a space that you can look from that would allow you to see a different way? Can you take a few minutes to relax, let your body go, and from a space of love for yourself, ask, what do I need to do next? What does it feel right for me to do next? Pretend that you don't have a past. What would you do? What would you choose if you didn't have these past experiences? And look at it from that direction rather than, but in the past it's done this. That is then clarified by the 7 of Michael. There is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all the details. So that kind of just clarifies, is there another way? Is there something else? Is there somebody else that can come in and give you a hand, or a group of people, or even like, what do you call it? Like the groups, communities online that can help you with your journey now. You don't have to do it any alone. Most of the things that people have planned, people have already done. So use your resources wisely and see if there is something out there that can help you, that can assist as you move forward, as you have these kind of not shaky moments, but these moments where you see flashes of what you used to see whilst you're learning to be this new you. So for week 3, your overall energy is the 10 of fire. Keywords are doing, self-mastery, mastery, evolution, enlightenment, light work, light being, and discipline. Your key phrases: mastery of both craft and self, take command of your life, take responsibility for your actions, do not be a slave to outside forces, order, structure and simplicity, be disciplined and dedicated, stop making excuses, act. You can do anything you set your mind upon. Fantastic. So whatever little stumbly moments happened for you in week 2 seem to have pushed you in a direction of determination to master those moments, to acknowledge that self-doubt and go, okay, thank you, I realise this is my old pattern and I'm just going to go ahead and do this thing and try this and try that. Which, as you'll see in the next 2 cards, actually gives you an amazing foreground to start your journey on. So we will move on to those now. So your first clarifier was the world, a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. So having this newfound appreciation for yourself has brought a cycle to an end, and having that little moment in week 2 where you've kind of gone, oh, and had to look at things differently and make sure that that mindset has moved and that you're not going to keep falling back, and or that you might fall back but you come back out of it a little bit quicker, which is a huge step. Don't ever let anybody say, oh well, you went back into it. That does not matter. You took the step, you fell back, and then you got up again. So all credit to you there. And that's what's causing the end of this cycle, is your ability now to go, I'm not going to be the victim. I have my choices and I choose to stand up again. So well done for that. Which ultimately will lead you on to this last card for this week, which is peace. Release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. So you're coming to the end of this cycle and you are actually letting go, which is fantastic news, because that means everything that you've planned in these first 2 weeks and all this hard work you've been putting in with your self-confidence, your self-motivation is coming and is staying. Yes, of course, you're going to have moments throughout life, because we all do, we're all human. We all kind of go, oh, at something at some time, a new situation, old situation. Memories are there, and our experiences do hold some fight and flight valuable information. But this week you're going to see the end of your cycle, and it's going to give you some peace. So your week 4 overall energy is mother, and your keywords are unconditional love, intimacy, nurturing, compassion, abundance, growth, fruitfulness, acceptance, fear, control and outcomes. Love without conditions, key phrases. Encourage gifts and talents. Emotional intimacy and affection. Be supportive. Embrace abundance. Let go of expectation. We are all different. Nurture ideas and goals. Voice thoughts and feelings. Forgive past failures. Release control of others. And emotional manipulation. So this week it's asking you to kind of continue this theme of nurturing yourself, loving yourself unconditionally. Like I said, making those mistakes and going, I love you. You've made that mistake and you've learned from it. Or you've made that mistake a couple of times, but you're making it less often and you're doing great at getting back up. So well done. Also, having this self-love does lead to your abundance and growth. So if you can view yourself as a child, essentially, how would you treat a child who's upset, who's just come through this self-confidence issue and has maybe that lapse or just needs that general care? Can you provide that for yourself to allow this peace that you saw in week 3 to stay with you, and to allow yourself to receive the abundance, whether it's emotional, whether it's physical as in material? That's to be seen, and realistically it's going to be both if you keep walking down this road. That's clarified by the Queen of Raphael. Follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. So having this newfound self-belief, self-confidence, self-love will change every area of your life. If you used to go home and were a bit like, I don't want to be here, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable, this is going to change. You can lead from your heart and find the situation that you saw once as terrible towards you or difficult now can flow with some ease. If you look at it from the perspective of a mother, what would she do? What would she allow in the situation, and how would she contribute to changing it? That is then further clarified by the 9 of Raphael. Make a wish. Dreams become reality, a joyful time of life. So is there a situation at home or in your environment that you have been wishing for to change? Because if it is, it looks like it's happening. Oh, this dream fulfillment, this wish, could be you finally accepting yourself after knowing for so long that you have needed to and have wanted to, and that you can now see that you're at the very start of an amazing journey. But this wish is the big wish that helps you take that step forward and lets you understand that the hardships don't have to be world-shattering, but just a little bit annoying and something to negotiate around and learn from. That was your November reading. I hope you found it useful, and I look forward to seeing you in December. See you soon. Bye.